We welcome you to the annual Hart Women's Basketball Media Day. I'm your host, Hart correspondent Stephen Davis. Next up, we're joined by the reigning NAIA Women's Basketball National Champions, Clarke University. Head coach Adam Hocking and Nicole McDermott are with us. Coach Nicole, how are you today?
Doing great. Everything's well here at Clarke University.
Coach, year one for you coming up as a head coach, and you take over the defending national champs. How much does it mean to you to have this opportunity leading the Pride program now?
I think the quote is living the dream, but no, just excited for the opportunity, obviously, and just excited to move forward with this next group of Clarke women's basketball players, and obviously continuing to hold the winning tradition up high.
Introduce us to Nicole sitting next to you and how much she means to the program.
Yeah, absolutely. Nicole's been here now 4 years, going into her senior year. Local product here around the Tri-State area. She's from Cascade, Iowa. She's just been a tremendous player in our program, not only as a basketball player, but just as a person, just in general. Great character, great student athlete, and just a great representation of what we look for here at Clarke University.
Nicole, let's go back to last year for a moment, early last spring. What was the feeling like when the clock hit zero and the confetti started falling? How long did it take for it to sink in that you guys were national champs?
Yeah, it takes a while for it to sink in, but it's a conversation that honestly just never ends. With old teammates or current teammates that were on the team and coaches, it just gets brought up now and then, and it's just a fun conversation to be able to continue like we did that and just go through the experience.
So how do you turn the page from that experience last year to a new team this year and get ready for a new season?
Yeah, honestly, last year was awesome, but it's a new team, new opportunities. Like Coach Hawkins said, we're just excited to get rolling and continue the winning tradition.
Awesome. What are some expectations you have for the team this year?
Biggest thing for me is like, let's just have fun. Going off of everyone's expectations, let's just focus on our own. And that's the thing for me. Like, let's just try and meet our own expectations, and not necessarily what everyone is expecting out of us.
Coach, your first game as a head coach, you get none other than the University of Iowa, the NCAA Division I runner-up, Clarke, and that whole show. How did this opportunity come about for you guys to get to play Iowa, and how exciting is this?
Yeah, very exciting. It's a big week for us, not only to hopefully set the tone for our season, but also just what an opportunity. It's an opportunity of a lifetime for our players to play in that environment with that kind of crowd. And obviously, Clarke and Lisa Bluter and that whole, pedigree as well is just a great opportunity for our team. But, for us, it's a game that our girls have always wanted. A lot of our girls are, around the Tri-State area, or at least around the Dubuque area within an hour or two away. So it's always a game that our girls have always jokingly wanted to have. And, it's one that we've reached out to Iowa a few times over the last couple of years, and we were close on making that game happen, but just things didn't fall into place. And obviously COVID put some challenges in there as well. But a couple of years ago, we went out to California and played Stanford, which was another great opportunity to play in that kind of an environment. And with them coming off of their national championship run as well, things just kind of fell into place for us after the season last year. And then obviously the opportunity presented itself. So our team's really excited. It's going to be a great environment, a great day for our team, and hopefully an opportunity for us to just compete, against a bigger and taller and faster, stronger lineup. That's the big thing for us, is just rising to the opportunity and the challenge for us to play.
We'll bring on some of your local media for questions as well. Doug, what do you have for them?
Well, first off, for Nicole, what was the experience like? Stephen mentioned that, but what kind of things did you work on behind the scenes to get there? I mean, here you're probably at Cascade High School and never envisioning yourself being a national championship, but what kind of hard work did you put in behind the scenes to get to be on a national championship team, individually and then as a team?
Yeah, it's no joke, the work you have to put in practice. You got to be focused, obviously. Having fun and making sure everyone still wants to be there is big, but definitely behind the scenes, individual workouts, lifting weights, it's no joke. And like Hawking mentioned, we went to Stanford and heard Coach Van Devere talk about, if you want to be a national champion team, the work you have to put in. So we took that the following year and ended up all working out.
So how are you going to try to improve your game this year?
Yeah, I'm taking on a little bit more of a leadership role this year, stepped into that. So that's the biggest thing for me, just communicating more with my team, with the coaches. And then just skill-wise, being more confident in my game than I was last year too.
Adam, is this your first time as a head coach at basketball, or have you been a head coach before?
I was a head high school coach for about 3 years at Southwestern High School in Hazel Green, Wisconsin, and then moved on to Edgewood College in Madison as an assistant. And then I'm now at year 9 now here at Clarke.
So what's going to change for you as being an assistant coach now to be a head coach? Because oftentimes that's a difficult role for people to handle.
I think when you have players like Nicole McDermott and the rest of our varsity returners from last year, it makes my job a little bit easier and that transition easier. Obviously the path to success, obviously right above me, I think is right there. So it's not like you're stepping into a program where most first-time head coaches, the cupboard's empty, so to speak, or at least you're starting over from square one. I'm just very fortunate that we're not in that kind of situation where we return, 3 all-conference players and a 2-time All-American and Nicole McDermott. So having those pieces, and obviously as well with the additions we brought in recruiting-wise this coming year that we're really excited about. So I think that definitely helps the transition, but I think more of it is just for me, just finding a comfort level in just my delivery and my approach, and then just obviously what kind of adjustments we're going to make X's and O's wise with the team that we have going forward.
Who are the key additions?
We have we brought in 5 transfers and 4 traditional freshmen into our program. A couple of the big ones for us is point guard Macy Cookta. She's a transfer from Iowa Wesleyan College. She actually played in the Heart of America her freshman year. She played at William Penn and then transferred to Iowa Wesleyan when her coach returned to his former school, and then she's coming to Clarke now. So we're really excited about her. Another transfer guard for us, Taylor Norris. She's a transfer from Missouri Baptist University. So we're really excited about her joining us. And then we have a couple other forwards as well. Georgia Hanselman, she's a transfer from Iowa Central Community College. And then Audrey Peck is another transfer for us from Trinity International University as well. So we're looking forward to those guys joining us with the rest of our group, as well as a few more freshmen and a couple other returners as well that can hopefully step into some bigger roles for us.
One last one for you, Adam. How about the Heart? Central Methodist has always been atop the standings. I saw Mid-Am was really good. A few other schools. Who do you think is going to be giving a good challenge this year again?
Yeah, I mean, the Heart of America, it's the toughest conference in the country, in my opinion. Obviously a wide range of talent and some really good coaches in this league. I think the biggest thing is just taking a day by day approach, and obviously putting our focus on us, not so much on our opponents right now, but figuring out where our comfortability level is and where we're at a team and where we're at as a team and where we need to improve. But obviously there's some tremendous talent and some tremendous teams in our league. Central Methodist is always tough. They brought in a whole new team and graduated some of their top players, as well as Mid-American Nazarene. They returned a lot of varsity returners for them as well. So they'll be, obviously at the top of the league, but there's going to be some stronger teams in the middle of the pack of the league as well that I think are going to be really competitive and are going to take a jump in the league as well.
Nicole and Adam, thank you very much. I really appreciate your candid answers.
Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Doug. Coach, to piggyback on what Doug just asked, 24-game conference schedule this year. You play everybody twice. What does that do in terms of increasing the challenge in the Heart?
Yeah, I mean, there's no easy wins in the Heart of America, so a lot of it just comes down to scouting and attention to detail and just putting a game plan that's going to work best to our team's strengths, and obviously just taking it a day by day, game by game approach for us.
Nicole, you know the Heart well. What's it like playing in that Heart of America conference and the challenge of the grind of the schedule?
Like Coach Hawkins said, every game it's a battle. It's physical. Where you go and play, usually it's all different, like the way the game is called. So you just kind of got to adjust. And this year, more than ever, I feel like we're going to have to go in and really focus in on each game going in and not be looking forward at the next one.
Great stuff. Coach, Nicole, thank you so much for the time. Good luck this year.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.